for tuning into Gummi Ship Radio, the podcast where two childhood girlfriends synthesize their brains to comprehensively figure out what exactly is the Kingdom Hearts lore. As a gentle reminder, this podcast sporadically contains spoilers throughout all the Kingdom Hearts installments. Each season of Gummi Ship Radio will follow the release order of the video game series, and episodes are chronological with the events of the game of the season. We strongly recommend listening in order, so proceed at your own caution. I am one half of that brain, Victoria.
And I'm the other half, Brittany. And today I'll be leading our episode on Hollow Bastion.
Woo!
Yay! Clap, clap, clap.
A solo lead.
I get so excited. I don't know why.
No, it's exciting. This is because it's your rodeo. It's your show.
I think we're also getting to the end.
We are.
And it's exciting.
Yeah, Endgame is in sight. We can see the finish line. It is crazy.
Yeah, we're Avengers Endgame almost right now.
Yeah, we are Avengers Endgame. And it's crazy because for this one, I mean, we're going to have to break this up into two parts.
Yeah.
There's too much that happens in Hollow Bastion altogether. So I'm happy to have you get us going with our first part, Britt.
Yes, I'm so excited. All right. So let's jump in the ship.
Woo!
Well, let's backtrack a little, I guess, because it's been a minute. So the Jiminy recap for the previous world, which was Neverland. Sora and company, trapped inside Hook's ship, searched for Kairi and Wendy, who were locked away somewhere below deck. When they found them, they learned that something was wrong with Kairi. She remained dormant as if she lost her heart. Just when Sora thought Kairi was within reach, Riku snatched her away. Sora and the others pursued them to the main deck where Hook and his men waited. With Peter Pan's help, they defeated the pirates, but Riku and Kairi were nowhere to be found. For now, Sora could only hope to see her again. When he sealed the keyhole at the clock tower, Sora found a gummy block. Will he be able to find Kairi again with this new block? With Tinkerbell now in the party, Sora and his friends continued with their journey. So yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun world. I mean, that was, like we said, why was it called Neverland when we didn't set foot in Neverland? I really wish that it was just called Jolly Roger. Or Let Me See Neverland. Oh, golly. Would have been nice.
I don't know. Another question to ask Remora one day.
Guys, let us know. Why didn't we get to go to Neverland?
So we're going to honorable mention right now the Hercules Cup.
That's right.
Because that is something you can do after you defeat Neverland.
That is correct.
Okay. So Sora, Donald, and Goofy face various enemies, including Cloud and Hercules.
I'm never going to get over it.
After winning, they earn powerful rewards and gain respect in Olympus Coliseum. Finally. Keyhole is revealed and the world is locked.
And that's that, quote unquote, for Olympus Coliseum.
And that is it.
This was another part where, because we're getting towards the end, I feel like they start just doling out keyblades like it's money in a club. This one, I think you get 2 keyblades within this cup. And it's I like getting the keyblades and then using them for a world or two. So whenever I felt with this time around that I was dang it, I got the chocobo. Dang it, I got I forget what it's called. The Herc one, the one with the pillars and stuff on it. And I was I can't even use the chocobo one. I have no time to use it. Ugh, it's just one of those silly things that I get hung up on.
We could have used these keyblades 4 worlds ago.
Yes. Oh, and we just got Fairy Heart from Neverland. So we're getting 3 keyblades in a span of 2 worlds.
Right.
Not even giving me a chance to try any of these things out. Oh boy.
They want you to go back and level up.
I get it. You're totally right. And yeah, I see what you guys are doing, but I don't know. For us that want to play for the story, come on.
They don't become true heroes yet, right?
I think they do.
They do? Okay.
Because this is supposed to be the last cup. ... This is supposed to be the last cup. So we'll end that there for now.
Okay.
But they are
no longer junior heroes.
Yes, this is the end of Hercules Cup is where they become true heroes, quote unquote, because this is supposed to be the last cup.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Guys, we don't know everything. We just try.
We don't know everything. We're just trying. But as far as
we're open.
We're open to being wrong. We want to be as right as possible so we don't look like a bunch of liars. But
We are open to help and real feedback about what we know.
Exactly. No, honestly, I feel like already getting the feedback on the episodes that we've put out is so helpful because we're just gonna add it to the storyline update. So that will be at its most accurate. We're trying our best. We appreciate you guys letting us try our best. But yeah, that is Hercules Cup. And that one, I can't believe I got that in the first try. So happy about that.
Yes, good for you. Kudos. Snaps all around.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's move into Hollow Bastion, part 1. Oh my goodness, because so much happens.
So much.
That I'm going to be reading a lot, everybody, but it's okay because we will also have a lot to discuss.
Guys, let's just get cozy. Let's get our favorite blankets. We're going to have Brittany just read us through all this story.
Yes.
Really quick, Brittany, before we go further, there is an update in Jiminy's Chronicles for Sora's story. So I'm just going to read that part really quick.
Okay.
Sora finally found Kairi in Neverland, but having lost her heart, she remained asleep. Ignoring Sora's warning, Riku opened his being to the darkness in hopes of recovering Kairi's heart and carried her off to Maleficent's castle, Hollow Bastion. It seems the evil sorceress is using the minions of darkness to attain something. She manipulated both Hook and Jafar. Now she's using Riku too. What is her goal? Is she behind the abductions? Does she seek the Keyblade as well? The abducted maidens, the Keyholes, the Keyblade, somehow they are all bound by fate. Sora, Donald, and Goofy are headed for Hollow Bastion. Tougher trials may await, but fighting alongside new friends like Aladdin and Peter Pan has made Sora stronger. His battle won't be over until he saves Kairi and vanquishes the darkness.
All right. That's all true. The maidens.
The maidens. Ooh. I didn't know that they were calling that the maidens. I read the whole thing and I didn't even notice that they said the maidens.
The maidens.
Okay.
Not the princesses? Okay. So let's do a little quick overview. Sora and his friends confront Maleficent and Riku, who are trying to use the Heartless to open the Keyhole. After defeating Maleficent and waking Kairi, Sora and the gang press on, determined to stop the growing darkness. Ooh.
All right.
We head back to Traverse Town to have Sid install a new Navi G-piece. As we wait, Donald and Goofy are trying to cheer Sora up, who for the first time seems bummed / finally grasping the reality of what is actually happening in this story.
I hate to see it.
Sorry, but he's actually coming to terms with what is actually happening.
That everything is fucked, yeah.
Yeah. This is serious, guys. Sora says, "How can you be so cheerful? There's still no sign of your king. Aren't you worried?" To which Goofy basically says, "He told us to find you. We did our job." And to believe in yourself. Sora has sort of an outer body experience and sees a young Kairi with her grandma who looks lit. I don't know what's up with Kairi's grandma.
She is a bit hazy, yeah.
Yeah, she's chilling in her little rocking chair. Her grandma says, which gonna take me a minute, but her grandma says, "Long ago, people lived in peace, bathed in the warmth of light. Everyone loved the light. Then people began to fight over it. They wanted to keep it for themselves, and the darkness was born in their hearts. The darkness spread, swallowing the light and many people's hearts. It covered everything, and the worlds disappeared. But small fragments of light survived in the hearts of children. With these fragments of light, children rebuilt the lost world. It's the world we live in now. But the true light sleeps deep within the darkness. That's why the worlds are still scattered, divided from each other. But someday a door to the innermost darkness will open, and the true light will return. So listen, child. Even in the deepest, darkest, there will always be a light to guide you. Believe in the light, and the darkness will never defeat you. Your heart will shine with its power and push the darkness away. Do you understand, Kairi?"
Woo!
Woo!
What a bedtime story.
Do we understand?
I do love that, like, Kairi just runs up and Grandma just goes, "All right, buckle in, listen up."
Yeah.
Like, there's no child, take a seat. There's no like, "Hey, I want to tell you a story." It's like, boom, locked in. Long ago.
Like, where did she get this?
I do not know. This was a huge backstory. I definitely misremembered the scene in my head. Like, it was very different. I thought that, like, it was like black background and then just like one like cutout of Kairi's grandma just like talking to Kairi. So I feel like I have to be misremembering because it's been over 10 years since I played this all the way through.
Yes.
But that took me by surprise where they were.
Yes.
It's a nice study. It's a nice library. We'll just say that.
It is a nice
Yeah.
library. All right, moving on. Sora snaps out of it, and we see that shocked face that, if you remember that, I just die laughing at every time.
Yeah.
Sid returns and warns us about Heartless crawling all over the place, like he doesn't know Hollow Bastion by name. We fly the Gummi Ship to Denmark and disembark at Hollow Bastion.
Bitch, that's so funny.
When we arrive, Sora says he recognizes this place and feels a warmth in his heart, wondering why. Interesting.
Interesting. Wait, yes. Very interesting. This warmth.
Yes. Didn't Grandma mention something about warmth in their heart?
Grandma mentioned about the
they
bathing in the warmth of light. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Feels a warmth in his heart, wondering why. We ascend the platforms and spot Riku talking to the Beast.
Oh yeah, baby.
Riku asks how Beast ended up in this world without a way to travel. And Beast replies, I just believed. What a man. My man needs to come through like the Beast.
Yes. Oh yes.
Beast lunges at Riku but misses, and Riku strikes him.
Oh.
Heartbreak. Only for Sora to intervene. Riku tells Sora he's been waiting for him and that they've always been rivals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Like what?
Yeah.
Claiming that they can't be two Keyblade masters. Why not?
Yeah, definitely not true. See, now I think Riku's lying. That can't be real information. He's just being a brat.
You guys know how I feel about Riku.
Very true.
Riku meter is just, there's no meter anymore. Riku
it's gone. It's broken.
He's done to me. Then he says, let the Keyblade choose, and seemingly takes the Keyblade from Sora as it appears in Riku's hand.
Oof.
The gang is stunned. I was stunned.
Oh, yeah.
Riku then says that Maleficent was right. Only the Keyblade Master can open the door and change the world, and he believes that's him. Sora is like, hey, I've been fighting with the Keyblade this whole time, man. What do you mean? And Riku basically plays him, saying that he was just the delivery boy. Ouch. The low blows.
Oh my god. That line grabbed my heart. I was like, that's so rude. That's so mean.
We used to be friends. What happened? On top of that, which I think is even worse.
Oh my god.
Donald and Goofy betray Sora and side with Riku since their mission was to follow the Keyblade.
Oh boy.
Poor Beast is hurt and gets back up and declares he's going to fight for Belle. Sora basically says, hell yeah, I'm with you, and they continue their search for the people that they lost. Dude.
I want everyone to know that in Brittany's script, she wrote, what the fuck, Donald and Goofy, parentheses, these hoes ain't loyal.
These hoes ain't loyal. I'm just saying. It is so true.
They put the mission before their own heart. That's awful. What? You guys, a moment of weakness.
I was just like, after everything we've been through, y'all are going to just turn around and leave me for Riku, who's dark.
Yeah.
Who you see the darkness is just, it's there.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. So these hoes ain't loyal. I don't know what to say about that. I can't.
The delivery boy line fucking gagged me. That was so mean. And then what was so mean is that he tosses the wooden sword from the beginning that does nothing. And then I died even more because then once it goes into playable mode again and you go into your weapons, it's just the wooden sword. It's there. It's in the menu. It's so funny. It's so awful.
So terrible played.
I'm dead.
And the Beast is just his passion for Belle is...
I want the audience to know that Brittany wrote, my baby Beast is hurt, but he gets back up.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's the most passionately loving that we've seen so far. His roars are shaking up all of Hollow Bastion. This Beast is ready to fight for his girl, for his Belle.
I love that. Where are all the other princes? Aladdin, where are you at? Come on now.
Well, come on. He let a little world order. He let a little copyright stop him. Yeah. That's crazy.
That's so funny.
That's so bad.
I'm dead. So after that bout of disloyalty and Just terribleness.
After the betrayal, after betrayal, after betrayal.
The betrayal, my poor heart, my poor Sora. It's all good now because we've added Beast to our party, which is pretty sweet because he's like super, super powerful.
Oh, yeah.
We make our way through the waterway and unlock the gate to the castle. There we find Maleficent and the 7 princesses. She orders the Heartless to show her the keyhole, and beams of light form into a larger heart-shaped portal. Beast warns Sora to be ready, but is tricked into another room by the Heartless.
He's so in love that he fell for the oldest trick in the book.
Whoops. Riku shows up and tells Sora to quit while he's ahead, claiming the darkness will destroy him. Sora's like, nah, bro. And says, the darkness may destroy my body, but it can't touch my heart. Cough, cough. Then Goofy snaps out of it, thank goodness, and decides he's going to fight for his boy Sora.
Hell yeah.
Donald also comes around and hits us with the classic, all for one, one for all. Sora thanks them, sort of sarcastically, as he should.
Yeah, he's like, thanks,
yeah.
Donald, Goofy. Yeah.
Like, what the hell? And tells Riku that he doesn't need a weapon because he has his heart. Although my heart may be weak, it is not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become a part of their hearts just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
My friends are my power.
With that, Sora gets the Keyblade back and the fight is on.
Oh yeah, baby.
So there's a little foreshadowing going on in there.
A ton of foreshadowing. That was an entirely foreshadowing monologue there.
It was. But good for Sora. I don't know about Donald and Goofy. I'm still a little weary of them. But it's okay.
Totally. Brittany, how do we feel about Riku's little wrestler suit that appears on him? I totally forgot about that outfit.
Yes.
With a little like grass skirt too. I was like, what are we dressed as? Like, what is our theme? What's the theme of this party? Like, what are we doing?
Again, if you guys don't know, I can't stand Riku in this game.
If it wasn't clear, all 7 episodes before, this was her last straw.
And
she was like, now you look stupid.
We're about to get into the real part of why I just can't stand Riku at this point. And I think it starts with this outfit change. I think you're right. So funny. All right.
Oh my God, so funny.
We kick Riku's ass and he is shook and he goes running.
Yeah, he just books it.
Yeah, he just dips. Then Beast appears and says that it was our hearts that won the battle. We continue through the castle, navigating all its crazy platforms.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Sorry. I tried to do it off the microphone, but I was like, oh, I forgot how this world drove me crazy. And like, I get it. Because it's like we're in the final throes of it. Like, this warranted the time for crazy platforms, but it still drove me batshit bananas.
So many platforms.
All the zip zap, da da da. Oh my God, so many platforms. Crazy.
The little orbs where you zap here, zap there. Yeah. And then all the Heartless
zip, zap, zap.
That are also there at the same time that you have to fight.
They're all like flying Heartless too. So they bait you to try to go after them and then you fall and you start all over again.
We love that.
Oh, we love it. We love it. We love it.
After collecting all the emblems, we spot Riku now crying about how the Keyblade was supposed to be his.
Not crying.
Little baby. Then the hooded figure appears. He says, the heart that is strong and true shall win the Keyblade. He tells Riku that in that moment his heart was weak, but he can become stronger if he opens himself to the darkness. No. We push forward through more platforms and Heartless, and eventually we find Riku, now Ansem Riku, along with Maleficent in front of the heart doorway again. Turns out it's the keyhole to the darkness. Riku tells her to unlock it and let the Heartless run wild, but Maleficent's all like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to use it to rule all the worlds. That's the plan here.
I really love the Brittany translation to everyone's like lines. It's like, nah, bro, get lost.
Yeah.
Like
we ain't doing all that. Relax, Riku.
We ain't doing all that.
We're not doing all that.
It's in the script. Like, she wrote it like this. Yeah.
Then Riku summons the Keyblade of Heart. I think they try to unlock it, but it fails.
Yeah.
It's a little confusing.
He conjures the Keyblade of Heart, and I swear Maleficent just like balks and is like, huh? What?
Yeah.
What do you like? It's like, I feel like nothing, they didn't do it. Like, I don't know. I felt like there was nothing in between. They were just jump from like, he has the Keyblade, and she goes, impossible. All the princesses are here.
Yeah.
Like, the scene was a little confusing for me too.
Little confusing. So,
yeah.
Anyway, we'll carry on. Maleficent's like, oh, impossible. All the princesses are here, just like he said.
Yeah.
Riku says that without Kairi's heart, she'll never be able to release its power. Maleficent says she'll handle Sora, Donald, and Goofy while Riku guards the princesses. Riku glows and gives this weird-ass look.
It's like kind of seducey.
Yeah.
Like his eyebrow pops a bit. Like he's real happy to get this glow on.
Yeah, just stop, okay?
Yeah.
Just relax, Riku.
Yeah.
I'm doing too much right now.
As always.
Maleficent then confronts the gang and lets them know it's too late and that the door is almost open. So I guess it's not too late because the door is not actually open yet, right?
I didn't realize that. That's so funny.
Boss fight time, and we defeat her and head through the mysterious portal.
Oh, yeah.
So moving on, we see Maleficent hurt and watch Ansem Riku brag about his new Keyblade. Mm-hmm. He stabs Maleficent and tells her to unlock her true darkness, which then transforms her into the Disney classic dragon, which, yes, this fight reminded me of Cerberus. Yes.
1,000%. Like, this had to, I feel like the amount of life that she had is the amount of life that Cerberus had, because this fight took me 5 times. I was like, this is a really tough battle.
Yes.
This was a really, really toughy one for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was not my favorite.
But also, when he stabbed her, I also, again, like, this boy had me clutching my pearls this entire world. I was like, thing after thing after another. Yeah. It was like, oh my, now we're stabbing? We are Riku. Stabbing folk? Oh my God, Riku.
I don't know what has gotten into you, but you are lost, man.
Bad Riku. Ansem got into him.
Yeah, you are lost to the darkness, my guy.
Oh boy, he is gone.
After we defeat her, Riku shows up and says that the Heartless were just using Maleficent and she failed to recognize the darkness inside her heart. Weird, considering she was a villain.
Yeah, another one.
The whole time.
Another weird one.
Also, she was like warning everybody else.
Yes.
About not letting the Heartless take over. So she just, again, he played her.
She played her own self.
That's true.
She was warning everyone and forgot to just look into herself. She got lost in her own self.
That's true. Sure. But she did get stabbed.
She got stabbed. She's the only one that got stabbed, to be fair. Yeah.
She did get stabbed. Anyway, we continue on and find Kairi in her usual comatose state. Then we get a cutscene that I've seen so many times I could probably repeat every word.
And let's let you. I love that how much you know this scene.
Every word. Ansem Riku tells Sora that Kairi can't wake up without her heart. Sora realizes this isn't really Riku. Ansem Riku says the keyhole can't be opened without Kairi and that she needs to wake up. Sora tells Ansem to let Riku go and to give him back his heart. But Ansem replies that first, Sora has to give Kairi hers. He drops the bomb that Kairi's heart has been inside Sora this whole time.
Big bomb drop.
Finally, Ansem Riku reveals himself. It is I, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. He goes to attack Sora, but then we hear Kairi cry out for him. Sora blocks the hit and yells, "There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart."
You nailed the cadence.
Yes, this boss fight was almost the end of me for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I almost gave up completely for how many times I had to do this fight.
Yeah, the controller took a beating.
Oh my goodness. Like the way he like darts at you.
Yep.
And how many times this cutscene plays for me.
Yeah, it comes for you.
Yeah, the fight that almost was just like, you know what? If I can't do this one more time, I'm not doing it anymore. You're
like, I'm fine with leaving the story right exactly where it is.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I need to go take a minute to calm down and come back to this.
Yeah.
Because this was rough.
Oh, yeah.
This was rough.
No, this was a really, really rough battle. I think, like it gets his health bar gets to like 5 in a row. You're just going. It's really, really tough.
It's, the darting at you, like from all
not good
angles was not my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
So, that fight almost broke me back in the day, but it's okay.
Definitely. I do want to just jump in because when...
Yeah, please.
When Kairi's like laying there and it's like the bait to get Sora to run over there, I lost it when Sora runs in and the way that Ansem Riku like kicks Goofy and Donald out. Did you hear the head bonk?
Yeah.
Like when Goofy tries to run
and
bonk. I didn't know they did that. I thought that was so funny.
I can't.
I like how, again, like they sprinkle in little goofy silliness on top of like...
It's true.
Like the big reveal. And I bet like at the time, I'm sure for you because you played this when we were children, and by the time I actually played this all the way through, I already knew who Ansem was. But like to find out that this is, and I'm putting in big air quotes, is this the Ansem that we've been reading the reports on? If it's your first time going through it, this is a huge reveal.
It's very true.
That you're like, I've been reading the bad guys' reports this whole time.
That's true.
I felt like that was like a really clever introduction into like twists and stories through video games. I thought this was really good because I was like,
or you could be like me and never read the Ansem reports and not know at all.
Be like, all right, just let me beat this Buffy down.
That's so funny. Yeah, I definitely didn't read them the first time around, but like you said, playing through again, you just start to realize like, oh
they've been laying it out for you this entire time.
Yeah. For real though. And read the stuff, guys. Okay.
Definitely read the stuff. Agreed.
All right. We defeat Riku, but we can't lock the door. Sora realizes he has to use Riku's Keyblade to unlock the hearts inside him. So he stabs himself. More stabbing. My goodness.
Wait, but the smile before he does. Yeah. When he like looks back and does his smile, oh my! I actually cry. I was like hysterically crying. I was like, "This is stabbing. So sweet and so sad."
I was crying because I finally beat Riku. She was crying because Sora stabs himself.
I'm losing it. I'm dead. It's so funny.
That's the truth right there.
Yes.
7 lights emerge and return to the princesses, including Kairi, and she finally wakes up. Sora disappears and we see him falling into the darkness. Mm-hmm. After a good cry, Ansem appears, saying the keyhole is now complete. Then Riku shows up and stops Ansem from hurting them. He warns them to run because the Heartless are coming. Donald and Goofy say bet and take off. But Kairi lags behind because I guess she's tired. She's got no blood flow.
There is such thing as oversleeping, and Girlie's been asleep for like 40 hours at this point. Yeah.
A single Shadow Heartless is left behind, and we end up playing as it. Goofy tells Kairi to hurry, and she says she can't leave them, assuming the princess is behind?
I would assume. I think that's a good assumption.
Don't know, but that's what we're going to assume. The Shadow Heartless shows itself, and Kairi realizes it's Sora. She hugs him while being attacked by more shadows. Then a light appears and saves her. Sora has returned to his OG self. He thanks Kairi, and then Beast shows up, saying he's not leaving without Belle. Hell yeah. And is telling them to go because winter is coming, JK. Because the Heartless Swarm is coming. Also love how, like, Kairi, they're fighting all these Heartless, and Kairi's just like, no, I'm just gonna hug him. There's something about this one. I just have to hug it. Donald and Goofy are like, what the fuck are you doing? I can't with her.
They have their weapons like ready to charge, and she's like, wait a minute, this one's kind of cute.
Oh my gosh. We head back to Traverse Town and fill the Final Fantasy gang in on everything that had happened. Leon tells us that the darkness is flowing out of the keyhole and no one knows what will happen once it's sealed. Sora says he has to go back for Riku. Leon explains that Riku's Keyblade must have been born from the princess's hearts, and once it was destroyed, the hearts were freed. He believes the girls are still in the castle but doesn't understand why, and maybe the darkness has taken them too. Oh no.
My pearls.
Aerith says that she thought the keyhole would strengthen the darkness, but it's almost as if someone's holding it back. She urges them to close the keyhole before the darkness overwhelms them and tells them to see Sid to go back. They're like, dang, we just left this place. The gang heads to the waterway to retrieve the Navi piece for Sid and finds a mysterious mural. As they grab the gummy piece, the mural changes from a sun to a moon. Kairi says a light at the end of the tunnel, just like in her grandma's story.
Mm-hmm.
Sora's like, I've been looking everywhere for you, and you were with me all along. So funny. So hilarious, Kairi. What a good trick you played on me.
You got me so good with that one.
You got me so good. He says it's time to go get Riku. Kairi asks if it'll ever be the same now that Riku's lost his heart. Sora tells her that when he was lost in the darkness, it was her voice that brought him back. Their hearts are connected and the light saved him. No matter how deep the darkness gets, a light still shines within. Kairi says, let's go, but Sora's like, nah, it's... nah, son, it's way too dangerous. You'd be in my way.
With that said, absolutely not. You're staying put. Like,
yeah, no, like you were hugging Heartless. Like, no, thank you. You're gonna stay here, girl. Kairi agrees and hands him her lucky charm, which we believe is a wayfinder, right?
I believe. We think it's a wayfinder.
If you know what that is, you do. If you don't.
If you don't, just hang on. Yeah.
Just hang on. Asking him to promise to bring it back to her. She says, wherever you go, I'll always be with you. And then we get my favorite Keyblade, which is the Oath Keeper, which is just such a pretty Keyblade. And it's, I don't know, it's so sentimental, I feel like.
It's a very strong one, too. Yeah. So, like, it's a good favorite Keyblade to have.
So, yeah, a lot happened there.
So much.
Do we have anything to add? How we were feeling about that?
Let me see how we're feeling. I mean, I totally, again, I forgot that you play as like Shadow Heartless.
Yeah,
Sora.
And you're like moving so like shuffly.
When you're running around, it's like almost like it's like skate, like ice skating, like the blades of the feet. I was like, this is so cute. And then I really, I didn't watch the YouTube playthrough until I was done with the world, and I was like, wait, how the hell am I gonna like touch everything? How am I going to get back? And so I literally just jumped off because I was like, I have no idea how I'm supposed to get back and like where I'm supposed to go. I was like, I feel like the library sounds right. So I just kind of tried to head over there. And then when I watched the gameplay, that's what you're supposed to do, is just jump off all the platforms and then just eventually get there. But I thought the ice skating like feat, I was just like cooing the entire way. I thought it was just so cute. Let's see.
Riku's redeeming moment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Riku, now he's on his redemption arc. Now he's starting his redemption arc to try to bar him back a bit. Yeah, because Ansem came back and, like, got in Kairi's face and was like, your purpose is served. Get out of my face. Like, I don't need you anymore.
Goodbye.
Ansem's a little bitchy now that his plans come to fruition. But yeah, no, this was, I mean, a whole lot of story, a whole lot of sentimental story too.
Yes.
Very cutesy stuff.
Yes. All right. So we find Riku lost in the darkness when he suddenly hears a voice. He says he's been trying to reach Riku, but the darkness has been keeping him away. He tells Riku that his heart won against the darkness, but his body lost, which is why he's stuck there. He explains that the door to darkness will open soon, and it must be closed from both sides, using 2 Keyblades and 2 hearts. He says it's fate that they're both there. And Riku's like, yeah, but what about Sora and Kairi? Riku already knows the answer and that he must look inside his own heart.
Whew. Yeah, Riku's on a journey.
Yes. Redemption arc, like you said. And yeah, that's pretty much part 1.
That's pretty much part 1. That's a lot of part 1.
That's pretty much part 1. I mean, again, we got a lot of info. A lot of more questions, I feel like, as well at the same time.
Yeah, this was a world where I felt like it really balanced the amount of gameplay and the amounts of story.
Yes.
Because I felt like, again, we're near the end of the game, but like all the other worlds were very much either gameplay driven with little story, mostly story with little gameplay. This was like, oh my God, like, the platforms and the zipping and zapping, but then all the story. Yeah, this is a really big section. Totally.
Yes. So should we do the storyline update here for everyone?
Yeah, let's get into that.
So for Sora's story, he loses the Keyblade to Riku, teams up with Beast, regains the Keyblade and reunites with Donald and Goofy, defeats Ansem Riku, and realizes Kairi's heart is inside his, and turns into a Heartless after sacrificing himself. He awakens Kairi and the other princesses.
Yeah.
And then Kairi restores Sora's heart when he turns into a Heartless. Lots of heart exchanging here.
A whole lot of heart exchange right over.
Lots of back and forth with the heart.
Yes. Take my heart. No, you take my heart. No, you take my heart. No, you take my heart.
It's very true. The world encountered story. The princesses are awakened, but they're still in Hollow Bastion. Mm-hmm. We don't know what they're up to.
Yep. We don't know why.
And then even before that, we had Kairi's grandma's backstory, which gave us a little insight, confused us a little more,
Yep.
Gave us something.
It gave us a layout of the lore.
Yes.
Like kind of like just a once upon a time aspect of it, but also like all ominous of someday darkness is going to come up. Yeah. Don't know when. I won't be here. You can deal with that.
And then the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel at the end with Kairi and the mural.
Yes. They found a way to squeeze that in there. Yeah.
Yeah, they squeezed that little tidbit in there. Maleficent gives into the darkness and turns into a dragon and is quote unquote defeated. Put the quotes there.
Another big quote unquote.
Yes. Riku lost the Keyblade due to the darkness in his heart. Ansem reveals himself while possessing Riku, and he claims he is the seeker of darkness. Mm-hmm. Riku is lost along a windy road, and his body is also lost. Yeah, we also receive Ansem report number 5.
Number 5, folks. If you're keeping track, it's all coming in out of order. So I hope that you don't care about that.
Number 5. And that one reads, to study the Heartless behavior, I picked one out for observation. It wiggled its antennae and, as if sensing a target, headed deep into the castle. In the deepest part of the castle, its antennae began vibrating, as if searching for something. Suddenly, a strange door appeared. I'd never known of its existence. It had a large keyhole, but didn't seem to be locked. So I opened the door. What I saw on the other side mystified me. What was that powerful mass of energy? That night I observed the great meteor shower in the sky. Could it be related to the door that I have opened?
Now, I feel like what's interesting about this specific report is the mentioning of the great meteor shower. Mm-hmm. Because going back to Riku and Sora's flashback.
When Kairi shows up.
That she shows up the night of the meteor shower. So lines are connecting. That red thread is connecting of who's showing up where and why and how. We'll see.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Wowzers. Brittany, great job on a mouthful of a world. Oh my God.
My goodness. That was a lot. That was intense. But there is more to come.
There is more to come. We're going to have to stop that here because that's it for part 1.
Yeah, that is it for part 1.
We got some answers with a few more questions to cap it with.
As always. But yeah, we will see you guys back in Hollow Bastion next time.
Brittany, I love you. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Gummi Ship Radio.
You and your power, aka your friends, can follow the show on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
To see our storyline update, stay in the know, or just to say hey, you can follow our account on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Gummi Ship Radio, or email us at gummishipradio@gmail.com.
Please rate and review our podcast. Your support will help us immeasurably.
Our intro is arranged and theme music created by Matt Whiteford.
This podcast is hosted and produced by Victoria Harrington and Brittany Morales.
We'll be thinking of you wherever you are, and see you next time.